A seal pup was rescued by a herd of confused cows who surrounded her after finding her stuck in mud in the middle of a field. The 5-day-old pup had become separated from her mother and ended up in Frampton Marsh, a sanctuary and nature preserve. Some inquisitive cows noticed her, and not knowing what to make of the unusual creature, the whole herd started gathering around her. At the same time, a birdwatcher named Ian was taking a stroll through the reserve, and the large gathering of cows caught his attention. Sensing that this was abnormal and there was probably a reason for the impromptu cow meeting, Ian walked closer and found the seal pup in distress. He called the Natureland Seal Sanctuary, and rescuers responded immediately, taking the seal pup in and naming her Celebration. She wasn't in great shape, but in their care, Celebration recovered from dehydration and a lung infection. And she met another rescued seal named Charlie, who arrived around the same time she did. During her stay at the sanctuary, Celebration and Charlie became the best of friends, and side by side, they both gained the strength that they needed to be released. When they were healthy enough, the seal friends were released into the wild together, with Ian in attendance to wish them well. Thanks to the cows that brought attention to Celebration before it was too late, and to Ian for noticing, she was given the chance to live her life out in the ocean as she should. A runaway cow was accepted by a herd of deer in New York after she managed to escape slaughter, but now she's out of the woods, in more ways than one. Bonnie was born on a farm in Holland, New York, but when she was 4 months old, the owner of her farm passed away. The farmer's family decided to sell his cows, and Bonnie was set to be sold to another farm that raises cattle for beef. But when she was being loaded onto the new farm's trailer, Bonnie took the opportunity to bolt into the nearby woods. Soon, people started reporting sightings of a suspicious cow on their security cameras, accompanied by a herd of deer that was evidently happy to let a funny-looking deer join their family. One woman named Becky started seeing Bonnie and friends on her own wildlife cameras, and she knew that while the situation was definitely cute, something needed to be done. After all, no matter how much Bonnie loved her new friends, she was a domesticated animal who wouldn't survive long in the wild, especially since winter was only getting harsher, and some neighbors were threatening to harm Bonnie if she wandered onto their property. So Becky began the process of earning Bonnie's trust, and she put out a sled full of food for the deer cow each day. Soon, Bonnie really warmed up to Becky, and Becky knew that it was time to help transfer her to a new, loving home. She contacted Farm Sanctuary, a nonprofit that rescues abandoned and neglected farm animals. The rescue team was able to successfully corral Bonnie and bring her to her new home. Now, Bonnie has completely settled in, and she'll live the rest of her life surrounded by friends of her own kind, telling stories about the funny-looking cows that she used to hang out with. A cow was airlifted to safety after falling into an Italian lake. The cow took a spill while grazing and ended up stranded on an inaccessible part of Lake Varano. Fire and rescue personnel responded quickly and were able to airlift the cow back to safety. All I can think about while watching this is just how utterly confused that cow must be. But he's also getting a great view of that lake. Just imagine the story he'll have to tell all of his other cow friends once he gets back.